Hello, family. Thank you for coming over to the house tonight. And just kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Party on down to the SK beat. We're kicking, just kicking, just kicking. Okay, you don't come to another episode where we're going to be asking the question of, why you telling my business? Don't be telling my business. Why not? Because a can and a can, a can, a can, and a wheel. Now we're off to... Hello everyone, and welcome back to Deb Chanel's 48th World, my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, share, like, and comment in the comment section down below. Please go over there to my other channel, Make It Make Sense, and subscribe over there. Okay, but you're here with me in the house. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It was another snooze fest, okay? They weren't giving anything. They really were on their best behavior. They really were like, cordial to each other and listening to each other. And it was quite nice and funny at the same time. Because usually that don't happen. But we're going to be talking about season 15, episode 10. And it was titled Real Housewives of Atlanta Healing by Sherre. She took everybody to Portugal for, I guess, her cash trip. And they were peaceful. They were loving the idea of going to Portugal. And, they're just good. And they're just on their best behavior. So that was a cute thing. I don't go in any order with this episode recap, because it was like, I was trying to go to sleep, and then I woke up and I like, I still want to do that. All right, what the hell? But anyway, we go on into the scene. The first scene, I guess. We have Kenya has just introduced Brooklyn to her granddad. Brooklyn is 4 years old. I mean, not Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn. Yeah, that's her name. How come she has not met your father, Kenya? The girl is 4 years old. Why haven't you introduced your daughter to your dad? I mean, I thought you and your dad were on good behavior. Y'all were getting to be cordial to one another. But what happened to your aunt that you used to love? All these people you loved before you got pregnant or you were carrying a child. Now Brooklyn is out, 4 years old, going strong. And none of your family have seen Brookie. What the hell wrong with you, girl? Is Mark just harassing you from day in to day, from the start of the day to the end at night? Is he getting on your nerves, girl? I would say, yeah, he getting on your nerves. But if you really want the divorce, you can have the divorce, but you're trying to be pig-headed and thinking this man gonna pay for everything, and you got your own. God bless the child that got her own and his own. You don't need Mark to help you raise Brooklyn. You don't, and I don't understand that particular part. That shit made me mad as hell. I'm like, your dad and the rest of your family that you call yourself liking should have been in that birthing room, ready for you to push it out so they can get a hold and a good feel on the grandbaby. But you didn't do that. I mean, why? That was not necessary. Unless they did something to you. And then, hey, it's supposed to be your storyline. Go on and drop us the tea. Are you in good standings? With your family members? I'm waiting. I'm listening. I'm waiting. What did you do, Kenya? Because I'm going to put it all on you. Because usually it be you. You be twirling like a tornado everywhere you go. But you have help. But you don't trust these people evidently. So that was piss poor on Kenya's part. Didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. And we'll get back from there. We got Ralph is hosting a little brunch for the men and the women. And see, I kind of like, did they tape this already? Because I know they are supposed to be getting a divorce. Nothing new has come regarding canceling the divorce, they reconcile, or anything to that nature. But I'm like, did they? Ralph is one dirty dog. He is one dirty dog. I don't know how you can come in and tape episodes for the season, and you already know, what do you call it? You're not going to be with Drew. You wanted a divorce. Both of y'all filed. Drew got there first. However, I don't know why y'all was just rushing down to the courthouse, but y'all did. Y'all put in y'all divorce, and you both cited irreconcilable differences. To me, that's a code that you can't get along with that person no more. And the best thing to do before you ill them or hurt them real bad, you might well go on and just get a divorce. And that's what they both were doing. Now, I don't know if Ralph was putting his hands on Drew or talking to her and messing up her mental, meaning messing with her mental health. I don't know what was going on, but from the last time I heard, they both were, I don't know, living in the house together. I don't know that part, but I do know no papers have been pulled to say stop the divorce proceeding. So that's going to be something we look out for. But yeah, I was surprised. Wow. I mean, he had a chef in the house with him, and he really much so had prepared everything. Only thing you had to do was like put it in the oven. So I didn't quite understand that piece of the puzzle, because I'm like, anybody could have served them. Hell, they could have served themselves. You know what I'm saying? And y'all could have been having guys talk out there, but y'all were too much worried about the women, and it was really coming from um Ralph and Todd. You know, they was just saying this, that, and the third, and I'm like, what are y'all doing? Just talk about man stuff, men stuff. Don't go talk about lady stuff and all that jazz. But they were talking, so we moved from there. The ladies are considering, or Sherre is considering, taking them to Portugal, Spain, and woo, child. I mean, Sheree, she does know how to treat the women. She makes sure everything is lovely on the bus that they had uh, to take them to different events or whatnot. And the rooms were very nice. They even had a little basket in there for you. I mean, it was nice, very nice. So I'm pretty sure Bravo paid for that, because maybe Kenya and them had to pay for their own plane tickets for any other things that were shown. It was probably through the hotel or some kind of delivery service that have baskets made up. You just choose from them, and you pretty much pay for them and tell them to bring it ASAP wherever you are. So that was pretty much that piece. But Sheree, let me see, Sheree, Candy, and who else? Marlo. They know how to throw parties. They want to just give you enough to be fed, give you some wine or whatever drink of your choice, and you don't necessarily have to go back for seconds, but it's food there if you can. So that was cool. And then it was a time where they were throwing back some flashback moments when um, they were I don't know who this lady is. It looked like Drew's sister, but I'm not really sure about that particular picture. But who was it? I think Kenya was floored when she saw Courtney's baby daddy. And I don't forgot what group he was in, what R&B group he was in, and he was really fine at that time. But I mean, he just gained a little weight here and there. Everybody gained weight. So that should not stop. It's like Jaden. Jaden. So, like I said, that shouldn't have stopped, the guy if he did get a little, what do you call it? A little, poofy stomach and stuff. But the fact still remains that Courtney know him, and I guess he knows all about his past. I can't say if they're dating, but she sure use him and talk to him when she needs to. So we move on from there. We got Candy. Don't know why Bryce is with Courtney. Yeah, that kind of, hey, opposites attract. That's the only thing I can say. Opposites attract. Candy wasn't really feeling well. She had some minor bowel troubles and throwing up. She might have caught a bug from anywhere, and she had diarrhea. And you don't want to be messing with nobody got diarrhea. They probably exposed and all this shit. So, and all of them didn't have no mask on. So, I guess it, it's basically what if you want to do it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. But when you get sick and you've been around people that have sneeze or cough or whatever, and you just pay no mind to it, yeah, you're gonna have the same sad story that they have, that you have to quarantine and don't come out. But then we got Marlo brings her man to Kenya, and Kenya's shading him, of course. It's the guy that owns his own restaurant or some kind of facility like that, and that was pretty much it. I don't know why Kenya was making such a big deal, because models usually don't bring, dates of that nature, but for this reason, what? She wanted to bring a date. So he was cute. He had some infractions that we know of because he, talked to us last episode about it. And, Marla got some shady past too. But we learn, we live, and we move on. Okay, then we got Kenya shaded Candy about not being offered a part in her play. And Candy couldn't really say that, but we didn't want you in the play. But Kenya found that to be a problematic type situation. They had already cast her, so I mean, you were saying you wanted to be a lead person, you want to be the cast choice, you want to be the one that everybody holler and scream and want more from you. But Kenya, that's Todd and Candace play or sitcom or show. I don't know what they're doing. Think they're gonna sell it to Netflix or whatever or someone else of that nature. But you still got Candy rolling around there trying to not say anything because you really couldn't say anything. Kenya asked her why you chose her over me because I don't audition. You could have just slid me right on in there. I got my money, do the job the best way you know how. But that was a hot mess. It really was a hot mess. I'm like, Candy girl, stop it. Stop, 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 stop it. You could have just told Kenya we weren't looking for you and the role that you possibly could play. And if you want to see why, we're going to roll the footage. And that part I was talking about is when the lady was trying to eat her out. Meaning eat Drew out, but it's another character she's playing, and she's loving every bit of it. Then we got Ty, which is a known lesbian person, and he used to mess with Tammy. What is it, Tammy Rowland or something like that? Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's on Hip Hop, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. But yeah, she pretty much, uh, she just really messing with her, and it was no need for her to be doing all of that. I mean, picking at the man's sweater. Wasn't anything wrong with his sweater. And it was cold. So I think y'all taped in the fall of last year. But again, it is what it is. Then we got Kenya Shade. Okay, the whole point of the matter, Kenya was mad because Candy did not offer her a role in the film or sitcom. Like I said, that her and Todd is working on. They trying to, put the finishing touches to whatever they have. Not resurrected, put together and being shown to people like Noah's Ark. Okay. Then we got Drew Shades Kenya. in her confessionals about the last time. Wait a minute. Oh yeah. Drew kind of shaded Kenya in her confessionals with the other people, the producers, the executives, and all that nature. She was just like, she didn't know how to take Ty maybe pulling out the first move, meaning making the first move on her. And, Marla said she got footage of everything and just that. They're like, well, why you got footage? You don't even really hang around her. So it usually must have been somebody else that leaked it. And, pretty much, what do you call it? the women went with whatever King was trying to feed to them. And as well as, the woman that was, who was the, no, it wasn't it. No, that wasn't it. Um, Well, like I said, Marlo was trying to be a woman that had some respect about herself, and she wasn't going to be doing any arguing in front of her man and the rest of the men. Okay, it just, it wasn't necessary. Then we got Drew shades Kenya about her women. Oh yeah, Drew also was shading Kenya because she was like, "You only made the movie twice." But that was so long ago. We're talking about 22 years ago. So how can you possibly give me any clues or how to stay in a good mood? And to the fact that what's that? What you call it? No, she was shading Kenya about the 22 years that she had get a film recently. So I was like, okay, that's light shade. That's cute. Then we got Kenya gets a phone call from her boo, supposedly Roy. Uh, like I said, I think it's just a scam, that they're asking Roy to be in this here and there, making cameo appearances throughout the season. Of course, Kenya was like, she ain't. Kenya was like, she don't know about her and Roy. And we're like, yeah, I know you don't know about you and Roy. Because for one, why is he calling you anyway? Because, the point is,
Okay, and
why
then
are
it's
you
like,
saying anything
Kenya, like I
anyway?
say, gets a phone
But,
call from
Kenya gonna be Kenya,
Roy,
and the rest of the women
I
gonna
don't
be
know
the
if she
rest of the
called him
women.
and he's just following
But,
back up with her, or he called on his own.
Kenya
But,
is like shading Marlo
that see here
because she
and
felt
use
that
our common sense. That is not a
Roy,
real relationship.
she had
That's
Roy
not even a
first,
real
and Kenya was like,
relationship that they're trying to
pretty
even
much
start
she could
something.
move him the
They're
way
just, messing
he
with our
moves with
heads.
her. And
It's
that
just
she
like,
wouldn't have had a
Kenya
chance
ain't
anyway
got
because she's
Roy.
like a
Roy
Porsche.
ain't got Kenya. If
And
anything, Roy is just
Marlo's
trying
like a
to
Hyundai. Get some advertisement to talk about his business
and
or
Roy,
whatnot.
they're
But
trying
to
to make
me,
it
it's just like a
seem
sham of a
to us to be.
relationship. And we move on. Kenya shaded Marlo because Marlo had said she had dated Roy before in the past. And Kenya said she asked him about Marlo, and he said yes, they did, hung out, or went out a couple of times, or one time. Was no big deal, was no chemistry there, and that was it. And Kenya, as Kenya will do, she shaded Marlo about saying, well, he knew what kind of woman he wanted, and you just wasn't it. I was like, oh no, Kenya, oh no. But anyway, it flew over their heads, and it was just, not really nobody getting upset totally. I mean, Kenya got upset when Courtney was trying to make a point, and she put her hands on her, and Kenya was like, "No, no, no! You put your hands on me. I told you not to put your hands on me. I asked you not to do that." So Courtney was like, she didn't see the what do you call it, relevancy of what Kenya had said. So we moved on from that situation. The men are outside talking about Marlo, and then they changed it from Marlo to just, guy talk and stuff. Cause what's her name? Marlo's friend seemed like he's gonna, be trying to protect her from the rest of the guys, but it really don't be anything that the guys have done or said. So that was cute. Then we got Drew and Sherre shading each other over $1,000.
uh, because Drew had said somebody was bashing her and saying they didn't get paid for the food that they had prepared, and they wanted to get paid, so the person did litigation against them. And so um, Ralph and Drew had to come off that money. But what she was saying, why did you have to get on your social media accounts and tell everybody what was said? I said, Judy, what's your name? Um, Marlo, I don't know. She was just everywhere. But Sherre, they was getting on her about, she didn't pay nobody. And then Drew is in the same situation. And she's shading people too. But she was trying to tell Sheree, you're no better than I. So why are you trying to tell everybody on social media about something that was personal that I only shared with this group? And she, pretty basically, it was what's that? Sheree was just basically doing Drew what she do to her on, when they're doing their confessionals, and then while they're taping. Drew got all something to say about, negative about Sheree. And, to me, they're going to love each other and hate each other. They just have that type of relationship. So we should not even bar them from doing anything. Then got Kenya talks to Kenya about Marlo and Roy and Kenya's new friend. They're out on the balcony. They are giving props to Sheree about putting them in nice rooms, and that she was trying to get everybody to mend their fences and, let bygones be bygones. But then if that was true and they did it, we wouldn't have a show. Because ain't nobody going to really sit there and watch nobody, for an hour just doing willy-nilly shit. No, we don't want that. Okay, we want writers. We want people to learn their lines and execute, okay, efficiently. That's what we want. Then we got Courtney at the table, talking to Kenya, apologizing to Kenya for touching her, which I said, who these women are something else. But then, last but not least, mm, Drew is still talking to Sheree about being loyal. They agree to disagree on the subject, but they're going to continue to have a relationship, which to me is not really going to be one. It's going to be one-sided. Or if, they do try to mend fences, it's basically going to be almost impossible because they both have said some things. They both have done some things. And, I don't know how you can be loyal to somebody you really don't have a relationship outside of filming. So I believe Candy has relationships with a lot of the girls, but